Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and let's have a nice little talk from dad to son, or daughter, and I'm the son and or daughter, about the birds and the bees and Overwatch 2. So sex might not be real, but Overwatch 2 might be. At this point in my life, it's more of a reality than the first option. Y'all think I'm kidding, I'm really not, but I did want to talk about Overwatch 2 because it seems like that's been the hot topic for the past couple of months in the Overwatch community, but especially in the last couple of days, it seems to be more of a reality as days go by, especially the closer we get to Blizzcon. If you guys don't know, Blizzcon is the big convention celebrating Blizzard IPs, StarCraft, World of Warcraft, Diablo, or most importantly, Overwatch, or at least most importantly in this community. So a lot of people are expecting big things to be happening, and with it, a lot of people are expecting big things in terms of Overwatch 2, whether it's going to be an add-on, whether it's going to be DLC, or whether it's going to be a completely separate game, PvP, PvE. There's just been a lot of things, and well, we might have our first leak. Okay, so when it comes to this, it's just a leak. I'm not saying it's true, I'm not saying it's false, but please really think for yourself and try not to get your expectations to the fullest and try not to let your expectations get killed if it's not exactly what you want based on these leaks. But if you guys haven't been keeping up, there was this Twitch streamer that goes by the name of Metro who quote-unquote leaked Overwatch 2. Now, that's a very loose term, leaked, because it's not like he leaked Overwatch 2 gameplay, leaked the hero list or the ability or nothing like that. He just leaked the basic ideas of what Overwatch 2 could be per his source, which again, take that for what you will, but one of the very first tweets from Metro does say that Overwatch 2 is very much real and will be announced at BlizzCon after the short cinematic, which I mean, yeah, if you're gonna announce Overwatch 2, it's probably gonna be after a very anticipated cinematic, which we have at every single BlizzCon, where we had the Ashe and McCree cinematic in 2018, and then before that we had the Reinhardt cinematic, and even in 2016 we had the Sombra cinematic used to celebrate the release of Sombra. So saying that the announcement is gonna come after a cinematic is sort of like okay, yeah, I guess it would come after an Overwatch cinematic, which even people are speculating and leaking that cinematic is going to be involving heroes like Genji and Mei. That's a whole different can of worms, but that's the first tweet. And then another tweet shortly comes after saying that Overwatch 2 will be PvE and PvP, something that is already in Overwatch, as shown with Junkenstein's Revenge and all the archive missions with PvE game modes and PvP being the core focus of Overwatch. But then there's even more tweets the following day from Metro saying that Overwatch 2 is going to have a leveling system that is going to affect how you can play your hero. And I'm not saying that this is exactly of how it's going to work because, again, I don't know anything, but that just kind of reminds me of how Black Ops 2 gun leveling system is and how you have a separate leveling system for your guns versus your actual level, and how the higher you get on that level for your gun, the more attachments and more abilities you unlock. And same thing goes for Modern Warfare 3. You have abilities, you have attachments, so on and so forth. And then the final important tweets coming from Metro saying that they don't know if it will be a separate platform, if everything from Overwatch will move into Overwatch 2, if they might treat it like an add-on, and then another tweet saying that it will not be an expansion from Overwatch, it will be a totally, entirely different game, which that whole thing just kind of confused me. But it's confusing because nobody really knows if Overwatch 2 is real except for the people at Blizzard. And even everybody at Blizzard doesn't necessarily know if Overwatch 2 is real except for the people like Jeff Kaplan and Scott Mercer and all the people that are working heavily onto possibly the expansion, DLC, add-on, separate game of Overwatch 2. So what makes Metro more credible than someone like me, a kid that's just making Overwatch videos with this cute little dog alone in his house? Well, the fact that he actually has a source that was able to tell him information about the brand new hero Ashe last year. I just want to talk about that because, again, I want people just to think for themselves. I'm not saying this to kind of discredit him, I'm just saying how this might be working. A source who I'm presuming is at Blizzard could literally be anybody. I technically have a source at Blizzard. How do you think I was able to tour the offices at the Blizzard campus, not with other content creators? It's because I had a connection there. But it would be dumb of me to say that Frank is my source, who is actually my connection at Blizzard, but he's in the World of Warcraft department. But technically, he is my source who could be working on the development of Overwatch. He's probably not working on the Overwatch 2 development. But that's only my situation. I don't know homie's life. I don't know anybody's life. I just know my life. But you also have to understand that his source told him information about Ashe and Ashe's abilities, but also realized that there was so many working parts leading up to the release of Ashe that I'm kind of surprised there weren't more leaks coming about, because you gotta imagine that there is the Overwatch development team that's working on the hero itself, Ashe, but then you also have the art department and the animation department working on the cinematic. So even more people working on Ashe and more people knowing information information about this hero. But then on top of that, you also have third-party companies that made merchandise for Ash, because as soon as the cinematic release, there was pop figures, there was t-shirts, there was keychains, there was so much stuff in regards to Ash that those people had to have known what Ash was. They can't design things around a hero if they don't freaking know who the hero is. But they could have also limited what kind of information they gave to these third-party companies, like this is what the hero looks like, but we won't tell you the abilities. So again, I'm not trying to call nobody out, but I just don't want people to get disappointed based on tweets, because one, they could be wrong, but also two, they could be right, and then you get disappointed because it's not exactly what you want. There's tons of people wanting a second Overwatch game with a new hero roster and for it to be a completely different game. Then there's some people that want Overwatch 2 to be a full campaign series where they learn the stories of Mei and Soldier 76 and also get Zenyatta lore finally, where maybe they can find out why he's floating. But then there's other people that want Overwatch 2 to be how the Taken King was for Destiny, where it's a brand new experience. It's an add-on, yes, and you still have your old Destiny stuff. You don't have to worry about that, but you don't want that stuff. That stuff sucks. You don't want the RAM. You don't want the Gallahorn. And F that. You want the brand new shaders. You want the brand new factions. You want all this brand new stuff. So the fact that there's so many people wanting something specifically from Overwatch 2, someone is going to be disappointed. So what is the point of knowing what Overwatch 2 is? And I get it, because it's like you want to know what it is. I want to know what Overwatch 2 is, but I'm not having these totally exaggerated expectations based on tweets that could be true, or based on these leaks that could be true. It's just one of those things where it's like, just realize Blizzard is making Overwatch 2. Did Blizzard not make Overwatch? Did you not enjoy Overwatch? And you could be saying, oh, I hate Overwatch. Yeah, BS, bruh. You fell in love with Overwatch ever since the beginning. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this channel. Otherwise, you wouldn't be playing Overwatch for this long. So just know that Blizzard is still the same people that brought you Overwatch 1, and that it might not be exactly what you want, but it still probably will be a good experience either way. You're probably going to enjoy the brand new PvP experience because it's exactly like Overwatch, but just with a new coat of paint and brand new heroes. Or you'll probably enjoy the campaign series because it tells a very compelling story with heroes that you love. Or you might enjoy the new MOBA style gameplay. That sounds stupid because, well, they have Heroes of the Storm, but we don't know. They just canceled the development of Heroes of the Storm, so maybe they're making Overwatch 2 into a MOBA, which again, that sounds stupid, but we do not freaking know. And I know I sound like a total Debbie Downer when I should be the complete opposite. More information about Overwatch 2 is coming out, so I get it. I get why people are clinging on to tweets like these, because it's the only semi-concrete information that we have about a game that we really want to freaking see. And as more days go by, as more tweets get tweeted out about Overwatch 2 and what's supposed to happen, and as they get confirmed based on other leaks that happen, like this Diablo 4 leak in this German magazine, which people are saying that Diablo 4 was supposed to be released alongside Overwatch 2. So the fact that Diablo 4 is confirmed, sort of, which I don't know if that's even real, kind of sort of confirms about Overwatch 2 and everything else coming from that source. It gets you excited, but then again, that's the point of me bringing this video, is that if it's not exactly what you wanted, just take a step back, man. Like, what made you believe that this was gonna happen when it came to Overwatch 2? What made you think that a campaign was gonna happen? What made you think that a MOBA was gonna happen? Was this some YouTuber that made that stupid accusation? Yeah, we should roast and expose him. Well, hopefully this video did its job, which was to bring you information about Overwatch 2, which isn't anything, or at least something that's coming from a confirmed source directly from Blizzard, but to more importantly tell you about the leaks and to let you down lightly if it's not exactly what you want. But since nothing is confirmed, you still can get exactly what you want, which I want you to take the comment section for and tell me what you hope Overwatch 2 is gonna be. It could be something as extravagant as a brand new PvP experience with brand new maps and heroes and a new objective, or it could be as something as you just want more skins for your main. Now, what do I want Overwatch 2 to be? I'll probably make a separate video going into more detail about what exactly I want, but in terms of me, the basic idea that I want is sort of like how Destiny was with the Taken King, where I still had the original objectives of Destiny because I didn't get through the whole entire game, just like how people haven't gotten through the whole entire Overwatch experience, but now I have this new DLC package, this new DLC add-on onto Destiny with new raids, with new gear, with new just stuff that I can do, which I absolutely love, and it seemed like the Destiny community really did like it too, and I think people in the Overwatch community would really like that because, surprisingly, you might not believe this, but people actually like Overwatch and the original or the current state that it's in. They just like the game of Overwatch. So to have a completely different experience with a new leveling system and whatnot might not be their cup of tea, but at least an add-on, it's something that isn't entirely changing the game of Overwatch, but now for the veteran players like us or people that have been playing ever since the beta, now they have a new experience that they can have. But for players that are kind of just now jumping into Overwatch, they can still experience regular Overwatch and also this new Overwatch 2 add-on. A campaign, man, it's one of those things where, again, I'll spend more time in the other video talking about, but of course I would like it. You guys know me, I love Halo 3. That is one of my favorite FPS games of all time, and it's because of the campaign. But it's one of those things where, is that really gonna change Overwatch? Because it's really not. That really wouldn't change the Overwatch experience, which I'm not really trying to change, but it seems like that's what people really want Overwatch to do, is to change what it's currently doing right now. Anyway, guys, that is Overwatch 2. Supposedly, it could not be real. Again, I'm not making any accusations towards anybody or anything. I'm just saying what's been happening recently and adding a fun little twist to it and adding my 2 cents also. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and also more possible Overwatch 2 videos, the more leaks that come out, and especially since BlizzCon is slowly coming up, and since I'm going to be going, you can bet I'm going to be talking about something that is going to be happening there, because I don't really know what's going to be happening there. I love you guys, and bye.